Hey! It's time. Hey! It's time. Gypsy Rose did something else. Ooh, Gypsy Rose is a stupid bitch. Yeah, stupid bitch. Oh, that's the way we always got to start these videos. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about a bitch. You know, diabolical bitch. It's crazy, you guys. And yes, I'm doing another video in the same shirt as my last one. If you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. That's just too bad. So sad for you. Anyways, I love you and you know it. Welcome back to my channel. So you all, if you know me, I have done videos in the past on Gypsy Rose's microdeletion before. I've gone into great depth. Talking about her microdeletion. I have explained exactly what it is by the symptoms, everything that I have really gone hard on this microdeletion shit. But I want to keep making sure that people don't forget that she has this microdeletion, because it is in the background of many of the things that she does. Whether you believe so or not, I'm going to tell you why you should. So, she keeps saying and trying to explain that she does no longer suffer from any of the symptoms caused by the microdeletion 1Q21.1, right? Even though doctors even wrote in her medical records that she had a very severe case of the microdeletion, that she, is going to experience most of the symptoms from this, okay? And Lifetime just recently had shown a clip of when Gypsy called the police on Ryan's to go to his house and pick up some pictures that she wanted or whatever. Apparently she wanted more than that, but she said pictures, right? So she complains though about her hands, and she has said it quite often in other videos as well. She says it quietly as though to not let it really be heard, but Gypsy, cameras are really good now. They pick up everything. Shh, she can't be honest with herself. Shh. Don't let her know that she's a liar. Never let a liar know they're a liar. Because they'll just lie. Watch this TikToker here. She's really great, by the name of Ashley Danielle. I love her content. She's really great about also focusing on the microdeletion and pointing out things. Girl, you got it just like me. You know what's up, bitch. You know. You fucking know.
I don't know why I think Gypsy Rose's hands are weak. Now read this blue highlighted part. There's a line that talks about how Gypsy Rose has a syrinx at C7 and C9 in the spinal cord. Now a syrinx is basically a cyst filled with fluid in the spinal cord, like you see up here and here. And I'm going to add an overlay so you'll know how it's diagnosed too. Syndromyelia is the big word. I can say it's a fluid filled cavity that can form within the spinal cord, causing a variety of symptoms. These can include progressive muscle weakness and atrophy, loss of sensation to pain and temperature, headaches, and stiffness. Remember how she told Nick that she liked to be bit really hard? She freaking had bruises from letting him bite her. Really important, muscle weakness and atrophy. The syrinx can lead to progressive weakness and the wasting of muscles, often starting in the hands and arms. As you can see, loss of reflexes in the upper limbs can be a sign. Stiffness and spasms, difficulty with coordination and balance problems, difficulty walking. Again, this is the definition of what the syrinx is. That's the big technical term. Other symptoms can include pain, weakness, sensory change like numbness or altered sensation, and in some cases, problems with the bladder or bowel control. Now, the syrinx is not caused by the microdeletion, like it's not linked to the microdeletion. However, the symptoms that the microdeletion cause the syrinx. That's how I'm reading it. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Neurological symptom that they said Gypsy had. I can't think of what it is right now, but I will get it. Don't worry. Gypsy is homeschooled by her mother, and Pate Elementary is available for backup for mom. It says oh 07 on it. Anyway, it says Gypsy had a mild global cognitive impairment. And this is what that is. Experience memory or thinking problems. Neurological symptoms. Mild global cognitive impairment is what I was trying to find, by the way. Now, if Gypsy still has the Serenix, then she's still going to have these symptoms. From what I'm understanding, her microdeletion causes certain things that cause that Serenix. I haven't seen anywhere where they have drained them. Other things I saw as far as procedures is like just keeping an eye on them and monitoring them. Let me know what you think. This is what I think, though. It's all my opinion, all alleged, but I used her medical documents to come to this conclusion, by the way. Bye.
Now, again, I know that I'm showing you like a couple videos of hers, but I'm definitely taking her in the description and everything like that and giving her a shout out. So, anyways, another video by Ashley that I agree with entirely. She just seems to put it in good words, okay? It took them until 2011 to find out that she had the microdeletion of 1Q21.1. Dee Dee did embellish her symptoms. Yes, she did. But for that amount of time before 2011, Dee Dee didn't know what the hell was going on with her daughter. So yes, many tests were being done. She probably was a mess, freaking out about what could be with her daughter. But nonetheless, she was selflessly taking care of Gypsy Rose to the point of spoiling her rotten. And what does that do to someone that's already got issues mentally from whatever it may be? But Gypsy's case, her microdeletion.
Gypsy Rose Alcide, able to live a full, healthy life right now if she was so affected by that 1Q2 1.1. Because Gypsy Rose's mother got her early intervention, which makes her story even more fucked up, in my opinion. It can take years to diagnose a microdeletion, any kind of genetic disorder. Look it up. I'm not lying. Don't trust me. Just do a little research. I know something like a microdeletion takes seeing specialists and all kinds of shit. Especially if Gypsy Rose got the microdeletion de novo, which means her mother nor her father had that deletion. It just randomly occurred in her DNA. We know her mother was tested for it. So was her father. Both of them came back negative, which means she got the de novo variant. It just means it sporadically pops up. Her parents not having this genetic disorder, probably another reason why they did not find it sooner. These are all things you can look up that I did read on. Get this down a little more so you can actually see. But Dee Dee taking her to those specialists, having all that stuff done, was literally necessary to figure out what the hell was going on with Gypsy Rose. Like I said yesterday, the first case was not even found until 2008. Gypsy Rose has been affected by this microdeletion since birth. Hence why she was on that machine, keeping her monitored, keeping her breathing monitored. Her mother did all those things so that she could have the healthy ass life she has today, which makes her story even more messed up, in my opinion. Please understand that I'm not saying that her mother was an angel. She didn't do no wrong. Her mother did wrong. She did gas her symptoms up to the public and get donation. She was not making any of these symptoms happen to her. There was a lady on live a few months ago talking about her daughter and how she has this microdeletion. And let me just say, everything she said about her kid and how she would lie, she would make up stories of SA, of abuse, and tell people this shit. DHS would have to come through and make sure there was no weight to it. She was actually active. Everything that woman said, I wish I could find her. It's in somebody else's live. Everything she said matched Gypsy Rose to a fucking T, dude. It was wild. Another thing I want to point out, you say that she has no symptoms today. Her eye, and we see her tongue thrusting constantly. Tongue thirsting, symptom of microdeletion. She still has some symptoms, friend. She had 4 surgeries. She loves to tell everybody she lost all her salivary glands. Please go look up how many fucking salivary glands we have. It's just outlandish, honey, damn. But yeah, so her mom doing all this is why Gypsy Rose Alcide is alive today, living her best life with little to no symptoms.
Having it cause so many symptoms, I guarantee you that the mental symptoms are a part of those symptoms being spoken about. So I definitely believe that Dee Dee didn't mean to, but she wholeheartedly formed Gypsy into a narcissist by spoiling her rotten. Because how are you going to tell me you were abused, Gypsy Rose, with all the clips and shit of videos and all that of your mother and you going on trips and having a good time together and all of the fucking proof that you and your mother were close?
Been dependent on my mother. She drove us everywhere, she cooked, she cleaned, she did everything. So basically all I had to do for 24 years of my life was just exist. My whole
So in
life
other words, what she's saying is she was never abused. She was spoiled rotten by her mother. That's all we needed to know, Gyp.
But you just wanted control. I mean, she was spoiled rotten all the way up until the day that it was 1 year until she would be considered her brain fully developed.
'Cause I was made for. What was that?
4, 5, 6. she would. If they were going to Comic-Con or if they were going to movie premieres, she would dress up as ends because you could tell that she wanted to have a life outside of her home, being someone else for a while. Especially when it came to like the hair, because she never really had.
Little bitty blonde hair that stuck up all the time.
She wouldn't even leave her with me for an hour or anything. So
and nurse's aide. She marries Rod Blanchard at age 24. Together, the couple welcomes a beautiful.
Gypsy and her multiple illnesses and diseases, leukemia.
These are illnesses for my teeth.
Full of enthusiasm.
You're one. And where's your cranial? Very good. And where's...
I thought she was the best mom in the world.
Was made for.
Yeah, but we're talking about Gypsy Rose here, though. So, saying that she was going to be considered to have a normal developed brain doesn't mean shit with all the shit she had going on with her. She was always going to be like, there's certain times when people with mental illnesses or even addictions will get stuck in the timestamp that they were left at before everything changed. You know what I mean? And so I believe wholeheartedly that she's like stuck as this teenager because she acts like one. The proof is in the pudding. You guys see it. Okay, so this microdeletion has been an excuse for Gypsy Rose since she was very young. Because even in her defense, they took that microdeletion, and because of all the medical procedures that she had to have done before.
I'm going to be saying this on a video about Gypsy Rose where I'm literally showing you where she had multiple different birthdays, all had candles on her birthday cakes, Barbies, all things she said she did not have. I even showed you her medical records and all the tests that were ran before they determined that she needed a feeding tube. These things were not just done for no reason. Gypsy had issues that the doctors didn't understand why were going on because the first case of her microdeletion, please fact check this, don't believe me, fact check it. The first case of her microdeletion was not even documented until 2008. There was no way for Dee Dee to be looking up symptoms that would go with her specific microdeletion because they didn't even have it documented until 2008. And Gypsy was having these issues from birth. Her own grandfather was on her documentary saying when she was a baby she had to be hooked up to a machine. It would go off when she would stop breathing. And that while Dee Dee and Gypsy were living with him, they would have to go wake her up to get her to start breathing again and to get the machine to go off. Gypsy was in the Ronald McDonald's house in New Orleans, an hour away from her father. If they really thought all this weird shit was going on, where the hell was Rod and Christy when it mattered? They always want to say, oh, she kept moving him away. She did this, that, and the third. The girl was an hour fucking away from her father and her stepmom. She was in Louisiana for years until Katrina hit in 2006 or 7. Rod was paying child support on this kid. Christy claims she loves her like her own. They think all this shit was going on but never checked on her. Sounds legit, honeybee. Just like all her claims that can be debunked. Y'all don't want to hear that. You don't care that facts are being showed to you. You don't care that new evidence has come to light that proves she's a fucking liar. Y'all just love a good, victim to hero story, the underdog, the sickly child who made it out of all of this, and look at her now. Out here inflicting trauma on Ken, on Ryan, using her baby against Ryan, and Ken getting threatened by her fiance that he will leave her ass and file for full custody if she does any dumb shit with his kid. But no, she's not manipulative. She's not a terrible person. Sending your ex your kids' baby pictures of yourself all glammed up, making videos calling your ex your comforter in your safe space. It's not manipulative at all when you're sitting on your fiance's couch. It's crazy. Gypsy Rose didn't manipulate the whole fucking town for years. Of course she wouldn't manipulate y'all too to keep them pockets fat still. Anyway, bye.
They just said, your mom was trying to fucking, take you to the doctor too much and say you have problems that you don't have and yada, yada, yada. Only, yes, she did. And she had to have those tests because they were trying to figure out what chromosomal disorder she actually had. I can't even believe that the judge didn't order for there to be some kind of expert to come in and talk about this during the trial or anything like that. She just takes a plea deal, gets 8 years, and that's that, right? Everything's gone away. That's bullshit. They basically did just like Dee Dee, and then they exploited Gypsy Rose's microdeletion. And then Gypsy always says, I'm never going to be like my mother. I will never be like her. Yeah, you're right.
Remember when Gypsy said she was not going to be anything like Dee Dee? Well, she's right. Dee Dee cared about Gypsy. Everything was about Gypsy. Dee Dee didn't give a fuck about herself. Gypsy, on the other hand, does not give a fuck about Aurora. She cares about Gypsy. Gypsy, Gypsy, Gypsy. Self-absorbed Gypsy. So you're right, bitch. You're nothing like Dee Dee. Not even close. And before y'all start coming at me, how about you go look at how she straps her in a fucking car seat? She don't give a fuck what happens to this baby.
Because your mother did everything she did for you selflessly, Gypsy Rose. Whereas you do everything selfishly. There's a difference. I don't believe that you fucking give two shits about having this baby. All of it's for Ken's attention and to grift. So you are in ways just like your mother, but in ways your mom was a lot better than you because she thought about you before anybody else, Gypsy Rose. I mean, Gypsy never had to be fucking responsible. And now she's responsible for another human being's life. Think about that. Take that in. So anyways, we got a little bit cut off. You know what I'm saying? It's so scary to me. This, along with Gypsy Rose's microdeletion, I mean, no joke here at all. And being spoiled on top of that are all of the ingredients needed to create a narcissist. And I've spoken over and over and over about how Gypsy Rose definitely has the narcissistic personality disorder. This video here by Ivory Rose Knows hits this subject on head on and explains very well. And I want you guys to think about what she says a narcissist is. And think about Gypsy Rose when hearing that. Because she basically fits every fucking piece of that puzzle.
Well, a narcissist isn't just someone who posts selfies or posts emotional quotes about being that girl. That is called being annoying. A narcissist is someone who lacks empathy, who craves control, and will destroy anyone who stops feeding their ego. They love bomb you hard. You're their soulmate, their savior, their everything. Then one boundary later, you're suddenly the enemy. They give professional victim energy. They can burn down a house and still blame the match. They don't take accountability. They take center stage. They are gaslighting pros. They will lie with a straight face, flip the script, and make you question your sanity like it's a full-time job. And criticism? Nope. They can insult, belittle, and twist your words. But if you say one thing back, you are toxic or too emotional. They are image obsessed. They will do anything for validation. Play the role, cry on cue, post damage control videos, and craft a public narrative like they're starring in a Lifetime movie. And the wild part? They don't change. They just rebrand. The manipulation just gets better lighting and a sympathy filter. Do you need a real-world example? Because I'll give you one. Gypsy. She's out here love bombing, cheating, playing the victim, launching a family vlog, and then acting shocked when people try to hold her accountable. She lied, she manipulated, she built a whole narrative around being helpless while pulling the strings. And now, she's using her trauma as a weapon to avoid responsibility. That is classic narcissist playbook behavior. A narcissist don't want love. They want control. And when they can't control you, they'll destroy the version of you that knew the truth. I'm just saying, there's that.
She also displays the mental issues of it all. I believe, like I've said, every video that she's cognitively behind, that she's like stuck within her teenage years. When she wasn't even a teenager then. She was a 24-year-old woman. But, everybody, I even catch myself thinking about her as a child during that time, and she totally wasn't. But that's why now she's a 30-something-year-old woman acting as if she's in high school. Because I believe that's totally where her brain stopped, is at the Twilight era, apparently. I mean, that bit... Gypsy keeps on trying to live a normal life, but after you commit a crime like that, honey, there's no normalcy to your life ever again. And then you came out of prison acting the way you did. You didn't come out of prison reforming your life and changing into a woman that you could have been online, but you chose not to be. That was your choice, Gypsy Rose. You thought you would fit in normally in society, no problems at all. But honey, you're delusional. Wake up, people. All of the proof is right here in our faces, and yet we are ignoring it, and I just don't understand why. It's just no rhyme or reason for it, to be quite honest. I really think she's probably, after her parole is up, she's going to do something. I'm sorry, but this bitch she's going to feel wild and free, and she's going to fuck around and find out again.
Damn, you're in someone's living... Okay, so let me get this straight. Gypsy Rose and Ken are out here on Omi TV, just casually chatting it up with random strangers And some of those strangers are children? I'm sorry, what? Guys, Omi TV is literally one of those random video chat roulette sites. You don't sign up with ID, don't verify your age, you just click and bam, you're in someone's living room or worse. This is not TikTok Live. This is not YouTube. This isn't even Zoom in a waiting room. This is completely unfiltered and full of minors. And Gypsy and Ken are sitting there laughing like it's some cute date night activity. Oh, we're just talking to kids on Omi TV. So the same woman who the internet still treats like a poor, traumatized victim is now having laughs with Ken on a platform that openly connects them to children. Children they don't know, completely unsupervised. How is that okay to anyone? Y'all, this isn't about being judgmental. It's about being aware. Because if anyone else, especially someone with a criminal history and a viral reputation, was caught talking to kids on a free, unmonitored app, y'all would be blowing up CPS. This isn't a PR move. This isn't a content strategy. This is concerning. And honestly, it's gross. Why are these two on Omi TV? This app isn't known for making friends. It's known for chaos and creeps, honestly. So what are they doing there? And really think about it. Gypsy Rose has a history of being a predator online, allegedly, okay? She met Nicholas Godejohn on the internet and then had Nicholas Godejohn take her mother's life. That is predatory behavior. Isn't this the same thing? This is really concerning. But what are y'all doing there? What are they normalizing by doing it? Y'all, if you think this is weird and a little bit disturbing, you are not alone. Drop a comment, share this out. We need to start asking harder questions. Because this new life of gypsies, it actually looks like history repeating itself. I'm just saying.
But we have 5 featured subscribers again. 1 crafted by proxy. I know you, dude. 2, we have Rabbit Lover. And I know you too. You've been here a long time. And I thank you. Gypsy's Panty Crust. You know, you silly bitch. Elmo. I love you, my Elmo. I know you don't like the recognition, but I love you. And then I couldn't believe this, but Alice down the rabbit hole, you guys. They're subscribing to my channel. I'm so excited. Thank you. You made my night. I swear to God, now I'm so happy. And then my video member winner for this video is, but I'm shouting you out anyways. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Please, by all means, stop thinking about Gypsy Rose. Go do something nice for yourself. You deserve it, okay? Me too. I'm going to go to bed. Okay.